Final rotation, Brandy Johnson leads Margaret Ulett by a 1.225 margin. Now the men are moving into their fifth of 6 rotations. Lance Ringnald ahead of Kyle Asano by 2.6. The men are up first, and it is the parallel bars that are our next apparatus. Lance Ringnald will be up first, followed by Kyle Asano.
In the qualifying round, Lance scored a 9.75 on this parallel bar routine. I think it was the best parallel bar routine I've ever seen him put together. All the difficulty, good clean elements, and everything was right on. He hit every handstand. Once again, Lance does everything in the book. He opens up with a strength move, a planche, Pete straddle cut. That was in a little tight. Giant on the end. Giant front uprise. Reverse stutz. There's a back toss. And a Diamond-off. Once again, every trick you can do. Front uprise, swing pirouette. It's a stutz. Another stutz. He does a lot of tricks. Oh, short on that pike double back.
Great routine by Lance Ringnald. Unfortunately, just a little bobble on the landing.
There's the dismount. He does a pike double back. He kind of peels it off just a little early. Doesn't set it up enough, kind of rushes it, and he had to pike in really tight, but he did a good job at making it around and only taking a minor deduction on the landing rather than perhaps putting his hands down for a major deduction.
There you see the score, 9.55. It's 0.2 of a point less than he scored in the preliminary round. And now Kyle Asano, who received a 9.2 in the preliminary round, is up.
Once again, Kyle Asano.
Kyle Asano is the youngest of 3 children. He has 1 brother and 1 sister.
Kyle is doing much better in this round of competition than he did in the preliminaries. He seems more confident. He seems more like he feels like he belongs out here in this important national event. Oh, Peach to a handstand. He had trouble there.
He fought back, though, and that's impressive.
There's that interesting combination, single leg cut to a back upright straddle cut. This routine is weak in terms of difficulty. There aren't enough big tricks in here. Speaking of big tricks, though, that pike double back was one of the most difficult dismounts being done, and he overdid it. From the handstand, he swings down, keeps his legs straight, if you'll notice. Pulls around 2 flips, more like 2 1/4 flips.
Landed on his heels and slid back.
This is a better angle to see exactly what happens. Looked like everything was pretty good. He pulled it around just a little farther than he needed to.
The score for Kyle Asano on the parallel bars, 8.80. And the final event now for the women is floor exercise. And up first is Margaret Ulett.
Margaret scored a 9.6 in the preliminary round. She's very powerful in front tumbling. Watch her opening move. She goes handspring, front, double full to a handspring. Very unusual. You see most gymnasts open with back tumbling elements like double backflips.
Ulett completes her performance at these semifinals here at the Denver Coliseum. She doesn't seem very pleased with her performance, but I thought she did a good job out there.
Well, she has some very good elements. This handspring front with a double full is a very difficult and unique mount. She knows, though, that she needs to improve her back tumbling, because on this run here, she does a front step out through to a round-off back handspring, back with a full. She needs much more difficulty in her back tumbling, although her front tumbling is world-class. And she finished with a really nice handspring front, this time with a 1.5 twist. That's called a Rudy, through to a back handspring.
And Margaret Ulett, who received a 9.6 in the prelims, gets a score this day of 9.575. And that will be her final score in these semifinals of this 1989 U.S. Challenge. And now a crowd favorite, Brandy Johnson, will step out into the podium. She received a 9.9 in the preliminaries, so you are in store for a big treat on the floor. Just 4 feet 11 inches tall, but she's a powerhouse. And you can just enjoy watching her dance. Wow.
Look at the power in her leaps as well as her tumbling. Watch this combination in the second run. Round off whip, whip, flip flop, tuck double. The last run, it's a double back. Almost too easy for her.
Well, if this is the future of American gymnastics, the future is very bright indeed. Brandy Johnson wowing the crowd at the Denver Coliseum with a fine floor exercise performance.
The opening tumbling run is a full-in pike. There's the round-off back handspring. She's up in the air. There's the full, and the pike back comes right there. No problem. I love this combination. It's whip tumbling, round-off whip, whip, yes. Then to the back handspring to the tuck double.
Wow, what height.
And usually you're pretty worn out by the end of the routine, especially at altitude as we are here in Denver. But look at how she totally does this tuck double back easily. She kicks out, standing straight up and down.
And the score for Brandy Johnson on the floor exercise, a resounding 9.825. Needless to say, she's eliminated Margaret Ulett. She is in the finals.